That night, I saw my brother's hand disappear into the lake before I could even scream. The water swallowed him whole, and the sound that came from under it didn't sound human. It was like a growl mixed with crying. My name is Chike, and I grew up in a small village called Umu Ocha, where everyone feared Lake Enma. It was a big lake surrounded by thick trees, and the air around it always smelled strange, like wet earth mixed with something rotten. The old people said the lake had a spirit, a deity that ruled over it. They said she gave us fish when she was pleased and took lives when she was not. When I was a boy, my father used to tell us stories about how our ancestors made a deal with the lake spirit. Every year before anyone could fish, the elders had to perform a sacrifice: white chicken, palm wine, and kola nuts. If they didn't, the crocodiles in the lake would come out at night, hunting humans instead of fish. I thought it was just an old story to scare us, but everything changed the year my brother, Obina, refused to listen. It started during the dry season. The lake had gone low, and fish were dying near the shore. Everyone was hungry, and the elders hadn't yet done the yearly sacrifice because one of them had fallen sick. People were told to stay away from the water until it was done. But hunger is a wicked thing. Obina was the bold one in the family. He told me, "Chick, the lake won't kill us. It's just water and fish. I'll go in early before sunrise and no one will know." I begged him not to go. "Brother, the crocodiles?" He laughed. "Those old stories can't touch me." So, before dawn, he took his canoe and went to the lake. I followed from a distance, hiding behind the palm trees. The air was cold and heavy. There was a strange mist floating over the water, and I remember thinking it looked like white smoke coming out of a pot. Obina pushed the canoe in, and the water looked calm. He threw in his net and started humming one of Papa's fishing songs. I almost smiled until I noticed something moving under the water. At first I thought it was a log. Then I saw the eyes. Dozens of them, bright and yellow, watching. I wanted to shout, but my throat locked up. The water began to ripple, then boil like something angry was stirring beneath. Obina noticed too. He looked around and called my name, his voice shaking. "Chike, is that you?" Before I could answer, the canoe jerked. One moment he was standing, and the next he was gone. The canoe flipped over, and the water turned red. I ran toward the shore, shouting his name, crying, throwing stones into the water like a fool. But the lake was quiet again. Only bubbles rose to the surface. The villagers found me still screaming. When they heard what happened, they said the lake deity was angry because the yearly sacrifice was late. That night, the elders gathered at the shrine near the lake. They brought the white chicken, palm wine, and kola nuts. They chanted and poured blood into the water. The frogs went silent. Even the wind stopped blowing. After that, no one fished for 3 days. Then, on the 4th morning, Obina's canoe floated back to shore. There was no sign of his body, just his fishing net and one of his slippers, bitten clean through. Some people said the deity had taken him as a warning. Others whispered that he had become one of the crocodiles now, one of the lake's guards. Since then, every time I walk near Lake Enma, I feel eyes watching from beneath the surface. The villagers still do the sacrifice every year without fail. And every time the elders pour the chicken blood into the lake, I swear I see bubbles rising in the same spot where my brother disappeared. Sometimes when the moon is bright and the air is still, I sit by the water and hear a soft voice humming Papa's fishing song. It's Obina's voice, and that's when I know the lake is still hungry.